What's going on, guys? Welcome to another 4G63 teardown episode. Today we're going to try to get the head off the motor. I have it here behind me. I actually went and got a breaker bar. I think I have the right tools, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a go. And I have the workshop manual, so fingers crossed, hopefully we can get it off. And I did a little feng shui in the garage. Check it out. Got the official, actually unofficial, but the Amazon official Mitsubishi flag. And I've got my license plates from my previous duty assignments hung up on the wall finally. Portugal, Guam, Japan, and then the motorcycle plate from Japan. And then I got the custom plate that's not fully bolted on, so whenever I want to pull off the plate from the Evo, I can just swap them off. I did get two Tokyo 2020 Olympic plates, and no, they're not for sale, so stop bugging me. But anyways, for those that are tuning in for the first time on the 4G build series and the previous two episodes, I got most of the components off the engine: turbo manifold, turbo, timing covers. We got the girdle off the block. I had the engine flipped upside down, throttle body. We got some more stuff over here, crank pulley, and a few other things. And this is kind of how the engine sits right now. And then in here, I've got the intake manifold. I actually soaked it in some simple green. I think a little bit too long, actually. I'm gonna have to give it another wash down, but check this out. The inside is actually looking pretty good, but I think I'm gonna have to give it another soak because now the outside's got this weird little gray color because I think it broke down all the gunk that was in there and then it kind of bathed in it for about a week. I completely forgot about it. Family came in town, and right when they left, I was like, oh, let me check the intake manifold. And here's how it looks. The water pump is off and a few other things, oil filter housing. And then I went ahead and rotated the engine back upright. This is actually a brand new timing belt. When I picked up the spare engine, it actually came with a Mitsubishi timing belt, and there was two in here. So I'll have to cross-reference the part numbers. I'm assuming that's the right one. Granted, I got it in Japan and it's all in Japanese, but hey, always a plus. I got two, so maybe one we can use on the spare 4G and then the other one on the actual running 4G. Who knows? But I just got to double check, make sure. Some of you guys might know the part number off the top of your head. I see MD 197142 and 327394. But I was just playing around with it the other day and put it on the gears, kind of mapped it out to see if, you know, the length and all that seemed legit. And then the valve cover, I'm getting it powder coated. I actually have to send it off. I got a box over here. I got to wrap it up. I'm sending it to a guy in Texas who's going to powder coat it for me. Really excited about that. I'll wait to reveal the paint color on that, but we already discussed it, kind of locked in exactly what we're going to do. And then when that gets back, I might throw it on the Evo in the meantime. And then whenever this engine comes out, we'll put it on this engine rather than having two valve covers painted. All right, let me go ahead and pull the engine out. Okay, so we've got the camera on the tripod, and I went ahead and pulled up the workshop manual. Let's see if we can see it right here. So I've got the cylinder head bolt removal sequence, if you will. But first, let's go ahead and let's actually remove the cam gears and the cam bearing caps, and then get the camshafts out of here. And then we'll go ahead and break all the bolts, get the head removed. And I don't have the valve compressor tool. I'm actually going to be ordering one. So once that comes, we'll go ahead and dive more into the head and remove all the necessary components and see what we need to upgrade. I definitely want to get the zero tick lifters and a few other things. I've been doing a lot of research, but for today, let's go ahead and just try to get the actual head off. So fortunately for me, it looks like the shop where I got the engine from, I know that they took the uprated cams that were in this engine. It actually had beefier cams. Took these out, put it in the new engine of the previous owner, and then put the stock cams from the engine they got off Yahoo Auctions Japan, but they didn't torque everything back down, which is nice for me because I don't have to sit here and worry about breaking these off. So there is the intake side and the exhaust side. And then for the bearing caps, I also have in the workshop manual the sequence for that. And Jaffro, the DSM guys out there, you know who I'm talking about. Somebody recommended his YouTube videos. They were awesome. He had a little cardboard trick for keeping everything in order, so I think I'm gonna do that. He also did an ice tray. I don't have an ice tray, but I might just get everything on cardboard and then I'll get some ice trays or something, keep it real nice, neat and organized. All right, so I have the tightening sequence. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm gonna work in reverse. So 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Oh, would you look at that? That's, looks like a few of them are already loose for me. Making my life easy. Yep, they're already broken for me. Too easy. Cool. So in the previous video, I mentioned that my Craftsman 3/8 ratchet kind of crapped out on me. Well, I ended up going on Craftsman's website to see what I could do about an exchange. And they're like, oh, just take it back to the retail store you bought it from. So I bought it from Lowe's. I go to Lowe's with just the ratchet itself, because I bought an entire tool set and I've already like sticker bombed the entire thing. So I wait in line at customer service and I get up there and I was like, hey, Craftsman said I could just bring back the one tool and you guys will replace it. And they're like, nah, you gotta go to Craftsman directly for that unless you wanna bring the entire toolbox. So then called Craftsman back. They're sending me out another ratchet, but they said 10 to 14 business days, like 2 to 3 weeks. Cool story, Craftsman. I mean, at least they're replacing it, so the warranty's not bad, but I can't expect the one they're sending me out to be much better, so. New tools on the horizon for sure. All right, so there's 3 10mm bolts right here, and this just comes right off. Now all the bearing caps are off on the exhaust side, and I've got some saran wrap here. We'll go ahead and just wrap the camshaft. I don't think I'm gonna reuse it, but you never know. And there is the camshaft. And now for the intake cam. Now we'll go ahead and remove the rocker arms. Now for stuff like this, do you recommend reusing all this? Or is it smart to go ahead and try to go OEM? I know this stuff's not cheap, it adds up, you know, $5, $10 for one little part, but then you need 16 of them. Definitely adds up. So here is how I have everything set up on the cardboard. And I'll try to get some ice trays. I'm gonna probably just put a layer of saran wrap over the top of this to keep everything from moving. And let's go ahead and take a look inside the head. And check this out. HKS 02, what is that, 028? So these are HKS head bolts, pretty cool. But as far as the valve train goes, I mean, everything's intact, right? Now, what would the next move be? Where do I send this to? What do I do? If I didn't want to build the head in the short term, do I just clean out the inside, replace the valve stem seals, since we already have it open, check the valves? I don't exactly know. That's where I was hoping to get some of y'all's recommendation on it. And then the actual lifters, I do want to get the zero tick. That's one thing. Evo 3, it's not that bad. Usually like the first startup of the morning, it'll tick maybe for like 2-3 seconds and then it'll go away. If it doesn't go away, sometimes it'll sit there and linger. I'll just turn it off, turn it right back on, and it's immediately gone. But pretty embarrassing when you're leaving a car meet and everybody's looking at you like, oh, look at the dude with the Evo right hand drive, cool bro, let's hear it. And then you fire it up and they don't know what the lifter tick is and they're like, dang bro, what's wrong with your car? So if I can not have that happen, that'd be perfect. All right, so now let's go ahead and try to remove the head studs and get this bad boy out of here. And then we could actually take another look at the block and maybe see if there's anything wrong with the pistons on the other side, because we already have the block opened up from underneath. We just need to get the head off and then see if we can get the bottom end out. And then number 2. pretty cool. The mail lady just came and dropped off a package, and I think I know what this is. It is a new air filter for the 3000 GT. I told you I'm keeping it stock. I just went with a Bosch filter replacement. Didn't even go K&N. Keeping it stock AF. All right, where was I? All right, so I think I have everything off, and I think now we just got to try to lift it, maybe pry it off, depending on what kind of situation we have going on down here. And then we'll inspect the head gasket, but I'm gonna go ahead and prep an area to make sure when I put the head down, I'm not putting it on the actual floor of the concrete. So get some cardboard, and then probably get all this stuff put away, and then fresh piece of cardboard, and we'll get it over here and then get it under the light and check everything out. All right, the head is off. Oh. A little bit heavier than expected, and we'll gently set it down over here on the cardboard. Look at that. Woo. Do you guys see anything abnormal other than them being super dirty? I mean, the cylinder walls actually look pretty good. And I think this was the one with the spun bearing, if I remember correctly. Whew, it's looking rough though. All right, finally got the head off. Pretty stoked about that. All that's left in here is obviously the valves, the valve springs, the retainers, and the, what do we got? The lifters. But it's pretty much a bare head. Got this little piece right here we can remove. But I don't think there's much else I'm gonna do today. Mission accomplished. I really just wanted to get the head off. That was the main thing. And we were able to get the cams off. I have everything organized over here. Still gotta get the oil pump off and get the block naked. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research, but you guys, if you have tips, tricks, all that good stuff, comment down below, let me know. And then let me know what you think about the head. And I think it's a good idea. If I build the head up real quick, I can order parts, get everything in there, and then try to do a try to do a head swap on here. I'm not sure. Or would it just be smarter just to open this up and then try to do the valve stem seals? But I heard it can be real tricky, and if a valve drops, then you've got a whole nother situation. So I was like, you know what? If I already have a head sitting here, I can get this thing cleaned up, and then we can beef it up with some cams, put all like little gizmos and gadgets that I want in here, and then throw it on the Evo, and then at least I'll have a little bit of a performance bump, and I'll hopefully solve the issue with the smoking that's going on. And then while we work on this, if we do work on this, if it is salvageable, and then we'll just go from there. I don't know, I'm all over the place right now, but that's gonna do it, guys. I appreciate you hanging in there if you're still watching, and if you can go ahead and throw me that like, hit that subscribe button, stay tuned for more content. I've got more 4G63 vids coming your way, 3000 GT vids, Evo content. I think this Sunday I'm going to Atlanta for Caffeine and Octane, so I'll be out there. So if you plan on attending and you want to come say what's up, I don't think I'm going to be parked at the main lot this time. I might just park in one of the big lots that they have over there. But I'd love to meet some of you guys. Definitely come say what's up. Hit me up on Instagram at Captain26. Let me know ahead of time, and I'll let you know where I'm at. I'll just DM you at that point if you want to say what's up. But that's gonna do it for today's vid. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Later.